There's a starving leopard outside my cabin. It's very weak. I've put some meat out. Please, you need to come quickly.
It was a typical morning in the Kruger Reserve, and Amelia was enjoying the peaceful silence of the wild, surrounded by her small wooden home tucked away in the park. The sun cast its golden rays over the vast savanna, but Amelia's usual tranquility was shattered when a figure appeared in the distance. A starving leopard, its fur matted, its belly sunken, was slowly dragging itself across the ground. Amelia's trained eye instantly recognized the signs: hunger, exhaustion, and deep suffering. This was no ordinary encounter. It was a desperate cry for help from a creature fighting to survive in the unforgiving wild. The leopard wasn't attacking, it was barely able to move. With each step it was weakening, but somehow it kept pushing forward. With no hesitation, Amelia walked toward the door, her heart racing. The leopard's once menacing form was now reduced to a tired, trembling animal in desperate need of aid. No growl, no threat, just the silent desperation of a predator who had endured too much. Without fear, Amelia opened the door and quickly ran into her small kitchen. She grabbed fresh meat, knowing that it could be the only chance the leopard had to survive. She placed it just outside her door, the scent drifting through the air, drawing the hungry creature closer. The leopard, too weak to hunt, moved towards the meat, its body trembling, eyes wide and desperate. It ate, not out of aggression but as a plea for survival. Amelia's heart went out to the creature, knowing it was on the brink of death. The emotional weight of the situation was almost unbearable. In that moment, Amelia realized this was not a threat. This was a motherless creature, starving, longing to survive. She quickly reached for her phone.
There's a starving leopard outside my cabin. It's very weak. I've put some meat out. Please, you need to come quickly.
But she also felt a deep connection to this beautiful yet broken animal. Just 15 minutes later, the Kruger Ranger Station pickup truck arrived, with two rangers, David Okoro and Aisha Lovu, coming to help. The moment they saw the starving leopard, they immediately recognized her. This was the same leopard they had been tracking for months. She had been searching for her lost cub, but after its tragic death, she had become a ghost of her former self, wandering alone, surviving only by sheer willpower. Amelia stood by as the rangers approached the leopard. Their goal was clear. They needed to sedate her to ensure her safety and recovery. With a steady hand, the ranger aimed the tranquilizer gun at the exhausted creature. The shot hit, and within moments the leopard staggered a few steps before collapsing in the snow-covered grass, her journey for survival finally coming to an end. If only for the moment, Amelia, her heart still racing, rushed to the sedated leopard's side. Her body was fragile, her ribs visible through her thin fur. But the rangers assured her that this was only the beginning of the healing process. She wasn't injured, only exhausted from the hunger and despair that had consumed her. The rangers quickly loaded her into the truck.
She's secure. Let's get her to the station.
Amelia, we're heading out.
At the ranger station, the leopard received immediate care. Fluids, nutrients, and tonics were administered to revive her strength. The vet team worked tirelessly to bring her back from the brink. Amelia stayed close, watching over her every movement. It was hard to believe this powerful predator had been reduced to a fragile creature in need of a second chance. As the days passed, the leopard showed signs of recovery. Her body began to regain strength, her fur started to shine again, and her alertness returned. Her eyes, once filled with fear and desperation, now looked at Amelia with a soft curiosity, an understanding that this human had helped her when she needed it most. 1 week later, the leopard was ready. She could stand on her own, her predator instincts returning with full force. She roared with strength once more, her body revitalized, and the sadness from her past seemed to fade away. Now it was time for her to return to the wild, where she belonged. Amelia prepared for the journey, feeling a mix of pride and sadness as the day arrived to release the leopard. The rangers, the wildlife team, and Amelia all traveled together, carrying the leopard in a specially designed cage. When they reached the vast grasslands of Kruger, the team stopped, and the moment of release began. The truck stopped. The cage door opened slowly, and for the first time in months the leopard stepped out into the wild. The fresh air of the savanna, the scent of grass and freedom filled her lungs. She stood still for a moment, taking in her surroundings. She then turned, her eyes locking with Amelia's, and for a brief moment, Amelia saw gratitude and regret in those wild eyes. Without a sound, the leopard dashed off, running toward the endless savannah, her powerful legs carrying her into the wild once more. Amelia and the rangers stood together, watching her disappear into the golden grass. Their hearts were filled with emotions, joy, relief, and sadness. Amelia whispered softly, "Be strong and continue living."